Hello YouTube, Crazy Robot Lady here with day 18 of Let's Get to Know 1986 Playmates Cricket. Do you remember when you were little and there was this thing called the 4-H Club? I don't know how popular that is now, but when I was growing up, you could raise sheep or hogs or steers, I think, and show them. You could do all kinds of things. And then along with that, for the adults, there are pie contests and biggest vegetable contests. Yes, that is a thing. There have been pumpkins so large that people have made boats out of them. I don't know how permanent they are, but they did it. I think that would be so cool to sit inside of a ginormous pumpkin. I don't know, I guess it harkens back to my, for a short time, wish to be sort of like Cinderella in her little carriage. Anyway, if you haven't figured out what I'm talking about by now, I am talking about the county fair. This is a little different than the fair with the roller coasters and the cotton candy and all that. This is more of a celebration by the farming communities. They get together and they show off their livestock and all their awesome food and like handicrafts, like clothing or wooden items, like wooden furniture and that kind of thing. They're awesome. I've only been to one and I miss it so bad. I actually met a real cowgirl at this fair. She had 3 different steers that she looked after. One of them I got to pet, and then he decided that my shirt tasted good, and yeah, that was the end of that. I think her name was Josie or something. Oh well, anyway, whatever. So today, as you notice, Cricket is in a different outfit, a rather country-ish outfit. And I don't believe, well, yeah, I have heard this tape before, but it was a long time ago. It was a year or so ago, maybe. I don't remember. But today we are joining Cricket as she goes to the county fair. So, let's get to it. Sorry about my clock. We're also going to London.
You're the very most fun I've ever found, and you're my friend.
Sorry guys. And one other aggravating thing about this outfit, they didn't leave a hole for you to reach the buttons or the volume knob or anything. Okay, take 2. Speak up a little bit, Cricket.
You're the very most fun I've ever found, and you're my friend. Hi, this is Cricket talking to ya. Have you ever been to a county fair? It's so much fun. There are all kinds of neat things to do, like pony rides and carnival games, and there's everybody get along. Pack your picnic basket up, bring the cat and bring the pup. Come on, everybody get along. Yee-haw, it's a hoedown, and folks are coming from everywhere around. So come on down and bring a friend, you'll wish the fair would never end. Come on, everybody get along. There'll be pies to eat and dancing feet and people to meet, and it'll be neat. Rides to ride and animals too, and a lot more things that we can do. Yee-haw, it's a hoedown, and folks are coming from everywhere around. So come on down and bring a friend, you'll wish the fair would never end. Come on, everybody get along. Yee-haw! Last 4th of July, I stayed overnight at my grandparents' farm in the country. And guess what? I even got to invite my friends Patty Ann and Cindy Lou. My grandma picked us up after school, and then we all headed for the farm. On the way, we had the greatest time singing camp songs and playing games. And then when it got dark, we all fell asleep in the back of the car. But the next morning, my grandma woke us up bright and early. Rise and shine, she said. We've got a lot of work to do before the fair. So we all got dressed and went into the kitchen. And I bet you never smelled anything so good. What's cooking? I asked my grandma. Apple pie, she said, and chocolate cake, and homemade bread. How come? I said. Why, for the fair, said Grandma. My bread and cakes and pies win blue ribbons every year. Can we make something for the fair? I asked. Of course, said Grandma. I'll show you what to do. So we all put on aprons and washed our hands. Then Patty Ann mixed some sugar and eggs and milk in a big bowl, and Cindy Lou mixed in some flour, and I helped Grandma make some chocolate icing. And then I got to lick the spoon. And while we worked, we all sang the song. I bet you know it too. This is the way we bake a cake, bake a cake, bake a cake. This is the way we bake a cake for the county fair. Then Grandma put the cake in the oven, and I said, what's next? Next we bake some bread, she said. And this time, said Cindy Lou, I get to mix the milk and eggs. And butter and salt, said Grandma. Then I put in the yeast and water, and Patty Ann mixed in the flour. And then we all took turns kneading the dough. And guess what? We sang our song again. Why don't you sing along too? This is the way we bake some bread, bake some bread, bake some bread. This is the way we bake some bread for the county fair. Then before Grandma put the bread in the oven, she took the cake out, 'cause it was ready. Can we put the icing on now, said Patty Ann?
No.
Not yet, said Grandma.
Yet.
The cake has to cool down first. Then what next, I said. Next we bake the apple pie, said Grandma. Yay, we all said. And then we washed some apples, and Grandma helped us slice them. We rolled the apples in some sugar, and then put them in a pie crust. And while we cooked, guess what song we sang? This is the way we bake a pie, bake a pie, bake a pie. This is the way we bake a pie for the county fair. And by the time we finished, the cake was cool enough to ice. So we all took turns spreading on the chocolate, and licking the bowl too. Then Grandma took the bread out of the oven and put it in the pie. Did that kitchen smell good or what? Grandma, I said, when can we have a piece of chocolate cake? Not until the fair is over, said Grandma. Now, run along and get ready. So we all got washed and dressed for the fair. But when we got there, we had a problem. Only one person could enter each contest, and all of us had helped make everything. What shall we do, said Grandma. I know, I said. Each of us will enter a different contest. Sure, said Cindy Lou. I'll enter the cake baking contest. And Patty Ann said, I'll enter the pie baking contest. And I'll enter the bread baking contest, I said. Wonderful, said Grandma, and that's exactly what we did. Well, we didn't win any blue ribbons, but something even better happened. The judges gave us back all our goodies, and we got to eat them. As long as we were having chocolate cake and apple pie, we decided to have a party. My grandma even started singing a song she knew. It was called Buffalo Gals, and I'll sing it for you right now. Why don't you dance along, just like we did? Listen to the song and do what it says.
I Gruff,
gray,
gray,
gruff, the
groat.
gruff,
Gruff,
gray,
gray,
goat,
groat.
gruff, gruff, goat.
Gruff, gray, groat. Groat,
I
goat.
can't even do it. I guess I need to practice some more.
I
Why
can't do
don't
it
you
either.
try it? Say the gruff, gray goat 3 times as fast as you can.
The gruff, gray,
Go
goat. The
ahead.
gruff, gray, groat. The gruff, gray goat. The gruff, gray goat. The gruff, gray goat. The gruff, gray goat. I got it.
That's funny. Ask your friends if they can say it.
The
Will
gruff,
they
gray
get
goat.
mad
Gray
at
goat.
you or what?
Mad at you.
A lot of the kids who came to the county fair belonged to the 4-H club. They raised farm animals and show them for prizes. When we were at the fair, the judging was going along just great until one boy brought in his mule. That mule sat down right in front of the judges and wouldn't budge. Can you believe it? Later on, we made up a game about that stubborn old mule, and I'm going to teach it to you right now. I'll name some animals, and you walk like they do. But when I say the animal is a mule, you sit down right where you are and don't move. Then I'll name another animal, and you can start moving again. Remember, don't stop for any animal but a mule. Ready? The animal is a cat. Creep on your hands and knees like a cat. Now the animal is a mule. I hope you sat down. Hold still like a stubborn mule. Okay. Now the animal is a duck. Go ahead, waddle like a duck, but not too long, because now the animal is a rooster. Keep moving, strut like a rooster, and flap your wings. The next animal is a mule. I hope you sat down. Now the next animal is a pony. Prance like a pony, lift your hooves up high. Now the animal is a monkey. Did I fool ya? Go ahead, bounce up and down like a monkey. Now the animal is a mule. That was fun. And now that you're sitting down, you are sitting down, aren't you? Why don't
Yes.
you just make yourself comfortable? Because I'm going to tell you a story about some more animals.
An observation. Sorry. But this music comes from a tape belonging to Corky. I don't know which one it is, but it's the song The Animal Parade. So, yeah. There will be a Corky playlist too before long. Those of you who have enjoyed the cricket playlist, I hope you enjoy the Corky playlist just as much. Okay, let's go.
Animals. Once there was a little collie dog named Kelly. Kelly lived with his best friend Skitters the kitty on a farm in a place called Whenever County. Kelly had lots of important jobs on the farm. He rounded up the sheep in the pasture, he herded the cows back home to the barn, and he even chased the goats away from Farmer Gray's garden. But the most important job Kelly had was guarding the farm at night. All night long, he slept with one eye open and one ear cocked, because you never knew when a fox might rob the hen house, or when a deer might eat up the vegetable garden. Kelly loved all his jobs, except when it was time for the Whenever County Fair. Bye-bye, he'd say to the cows as they headed for the fair. So long, he'd say to the sheep as they lined up behind the cows. See you later, he'd say to the goats, as Farmer Gray tied him to his wagon. Have a good time, he'd say to the horse as he pulled the wagon down the road. It's just you and me, kid, he'd say to Skitters when everybody was gone. And then one year, even Skitters got to go to the fair. Farmer Gray's little granddaughter was going to try to win a blue ribbon in the cat show. All alone, sighed Kelly as he watched his friend drive away in the wagon. So Kelly moped around the farm for a while, trying to think of something to do. He dug a hole in the farmyard and buried a bone in it. He chased a squirrel up one of the apple trees. And he barked at a crow who was sitting on the garden bench. But all this took about 15 minutes. And then Kelly was bored and lonely again. So he decided to take a trip to the Whenever County Fair too, just to see what all the fuss was about. Besides, there was nothing left to guard at the farm anyway. So Kelly wriggled under the farmyard gate and set off down the road towards the fair. Pretty soon he looked up, and he just couldn't believe his eyes. The fair, he said. I'm finally at the fair. There were bright lights everywhere, and bands were playing music, and there were rides to go on and games to play. But Kelly said to himself, I think I'll go find Skitters. Maybe I can watch her win a blue ribbon. So Kelly crept under a fence and headed down the midway. He smelled popcorn popping and hot dogs cooking. He smelled candied apples and cotton candy and apple banana pie. He stopped by a hamburger stand and a nice little boy gave him some of his lunch. Said Kelly. I think I'm gonna like the fair. Then after lunch, Kelly left the midway and visited the sideshow. He watched magicians and acrobats. He snuck into the haunted house and barked at goblins and bats. And then finally he came to the cat show. And guess what? There was a dog show right next door. A dog show, thought Kelly. What a good idea. So he passed right by the cats, even though he saw Skitters sitting up on a table surrounded by people. He went into the tent where the dog show was. And then all of a sudden, the funniest thing happened. One of the dog show judges saw Kelly and said, Oh, look, everybody. Isn't this the most gorgeous collie you've ever seen? Kelly looked left, then right, then over his shoulder. But there was no other collie in sight. She must mean May, he said to himself. And he began to get a little nervous. Then all the other judges came over too, and they looked at him from head to toe. One of them even opened up Kelly's mouth and looked at his teeth. Kelly was getting ready to growl. Then the man said, What a healthy collie. Sweetest swallowed his growl and wagged his tail. And then something even funnier happened. All the judges put their heads together and said this and said that. And then they all raised their hands. And then the lady judge came over to Kelly and said, We hereby award this collie first prize. Well, was Kelly surprised or what? That meant he was the best dog in the whole show. The lady put a blue ribbon around Kelly's neck and then shook his paw. Then all the other judges patted him on the head. And then the dog show was over. Well, Kelly stayed at the fair for about another hour, but then it started to get dark. I bet everybody will be leaving soon, said Kelly to himself, so I better head on home. Then Kelly snuck back under the fence and took a shortcut, and was back at the farm in a half an hour. He put his blue ribbon away in his doghouse and went to wait by the farmyard gate. Pretty soon, Farmer Gray and his granddaughter drove up in the farm truck, and out jumped Skitters. Hello, Kelly, old boy, said Farmer Gray. Did you have a good day guarding the farm? Kelly wagged his tail and jumped up and down like he was really glad to see them. And he was, too, especially Skitters. Hi, Kelly, said the kitty. Guess what? I won a blue ribbon today. Good for you, said Kelly. But he didn't tell his friends about his own blue ribbon. He just wagged his tail and smiled and said, I bet the fair was wonderful. Golly gee, are we having a good time at the county fair or what? If you want to dance and sing and visit some more animals, just turn my tape over. And remember, I'll be talking to ya. Yee-haw, everybody.
Oh dear, how am I gonna get in here? This outfit is challenging, guys. I want to be very gentle with the practically got to undress her to get the tape to turn over. This material is so nice. It's so durable and awesome. Okay, now you guys are gonna have to be patient with me because I have 3 layers to straighten out. One on Cricket, one, the lower layer of her clothing, which is her amazing little shirt, and then the skirt that's like overall skirt or something. I want to straighten everything out so it looks nice. You've got wrinkles, dear. There we go. Fasten her back into her overhaul skirt, or whatever this is. Skirterall. Fluff her sleeves again, because they're supposed to be puffy. Pull everything back down. Okay. Whoa, sorry, Jill. What exactly was that, Leslie? Oh, I'm sorry, lady. Here you go. Ugh. All right, let's go.
One of the best things at the county fair was the hog calling contest. One at a time, people got up on a stage and then they yelled, "Suey, pig, pig, pig," as loud as they could. Then the judges decided who did it the best. I bet you could do it too. You might even win the trophy. Tell you what, I'll sing a song about the hog calling contest. And when I sing "Suey," you sing along. Old Dan Tucker, he's the champ, he sure puts on a show. A-callin' for that big ol' hog, this is how he goes. Suey, 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 pig, pig, pig. Suey, 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 little pig. Edna May's the challenger, she sure got quite a voice. When she calls that big ol' hog, he hasn't got a choice. Suey, 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 pig, pig, pig. Suey, 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 little pig. Now here comes a brand new face, we haven't heard you before. Show us how you call a hog, then call a couple more. Suey, 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 pig, pig, pig. Suey, 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 little pig. Suey, 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 pig, pig, pig. Suey, 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 little pig. The second day of the county fair was Sunday, and my dad brought my little brother Corky out to the farm. And then he took us all to the fair. Me, Patty Ann, Cindy Lou, and of course my little brother. And as soon as we got there, Corky said, "Daddy, I want to go look at the animals." So we all went over to the Mother Goose barnyard. That's where they had the baby cows and goats and sheep and bunnies and ducklings and chicks.
Oh.
We even got to hold some of them in our hands.
Oh.
And were they cute or what? But then all of a sudden, my dad said, "Hey everybody, where's Corky?" "He was right here a minute ago," I said, "but not now." "I think we better look for him," said my dad. So we all started looking for Corky. Cindy Lou looked where the cows were, and Patty Ann looked where the sheep were, and I looked where the goats were, but we didn't find Corky. "Oh no," I said, "Corky must be lost." So then my dad said, "Girls, you wait here and watch for Corky. I'll go and try to find him." "Okay," we all said, and while we waited, we sang a song we hoped Corky might hear. It went like this. "Oh, where have you gone, Corky boy, Corky boy? Oh, where have you gone, little Corky?" And guess what? Corky did hear our song, and he came running and singing. "I have been to see the pigs, some are small and some are big. I was lost, but I'm so glad you found me." Then pretty soon my dad came back and said, "Corky, there you are. You better stay close to us from now on." "Okay, Dad," said Corky. "I will. And then my dad told the rest of us to keep an eye on Quirky too. Okay, we all said, we will. And then we went over to the Midway. That's where they have all the fun rides. There was a Ferris wheel and bumper cars and even a roller coaster. And guess what? We went on them all. And when we got off that roller coaster, were we dizzy or what?
I bet
Then
so.
all of a sudden, my dad said, "Hey everybody, where's Corky?"
Oh no.
Oh no, I said, he's lost again. So this time Cindy Lou looked on the roller coaster, and Patty Ann looked on the bumper cars, and I looked on the Ferris wheel. But we didn't find Corky. Then my dad said, "Okay girls, I'll go and try to find him. You wait here and sing your song again." And so we did. If you know it, why don't you help us find Corky too? Oh, where have you gone, Corky boy, Corky boy? Oh, where have you gone, little Corky? And guess what? Corky heard us again and came running as fast as he could. "I've been on the carousel, it was fun and it was swell. I was lost, but I'm so glad you found me." Only problem was, this time my dad didn't come back. We waited and waited, and then Corky said, "Hey, you know what? Maybe Dad got lost too. Do you think we should go look for him?" asked Cindy Lou. "No," I said. "We better wait right here where he told us to." And so we waited and waited some more, but my dad still didn't come back. "What are we gonna do?" asked Patty Ann.
Sing!
"No," cried Corky. "Let's sing our song again." "Good idea," I said.
That
"Maybe
always
this time
works.
Dad'll hear us, just like Corky." And so we all sang our song again. Even my little brother helped out. But I think you better help too, just to make sure my dad will hear us. "Oh, where have you gone, Daddy dear, Daddy dear? Oh, where have you gone, dearest Daddy?" And guess what? My dad did hear us singing, and he sang back. "I have been around the fair, I've been here and I've been there. I was lost, but I'm so glad you found me." And when he was finished, Corky said, "Gee, Dad, I guess we all better keep an eye on you from now on." Don't you think? And everybody laughed. Betty Jo and Betty June are two little girls who live down the road from Grandma and Grandpa. Even though their names sound alike, Betty Jo and Betty June are really opposites. That means they are as different as they can be. For instance, Betty Jo is tall, and Betty June is short. Tall and short are opposites. Listen carefully and see if you can figure out some other ways Betty Jo and Betty June are opposite. Betty Jo has long hair, but Betty June's hair is the opposite. Her hair is very
Short.
The right answer is short. Short is the opposite of long. Here's another one. Betty Jo's pumpkin is little, but Betty June's pumpkin is the opposite. So her pumpkin has to be...
Big.
If you said big, you got it right. Now here's the last opposite. Betty Jo's dancing shoes are old, but Betty June's dancing shoes are...
New.
What are they if they're the opposite of old? New.
New.
That's right. Betty June's dancing shoes are new. And it's a good thing, too, because the square dancing is about to begin. So let's hurry on over and have some fun. Anybody can square dance. Just listen to the caller. That's me. And do what I tell ya.
No thanks.
Walking, here you go. Keep walking round the ring. Turn around and head back home, doing the very same thing. Bow to your partner, that's me, now turn yourself around. Bow the other way, and promenade to town, singing, oh, here we go skipping square dancing, it was time for the rodeo. There were cowboys and cowgirls and lots of neat animals too. See if you can figure out which animals I saw in the rodeo. Listen carefully. The first animal rhymes with half, and it's a baby cow. What animal is it?
A calf.
The right answer is a calf.
Cute.
Calf rhymes with half, and a calf is a baby cow. Here's another one. The next animal I saw rhymes with of course, and it says neigh. What animal is it?
A horse.
The animal I saw was a horse. If you said horse, you got it right. Now here's the last one. The last animal I saw rhymes with macaroni, and it's a little horse. What animal is it?
A pony? A pony.
If you said a pony, you got it right. And now here's a story about the little pony I saw at the county fair. Once upon a time, there was a little pony named Pippin who worked at the county fair. All day long, little children rode Pippin as he walked around his pony corral. Sometimes the children were nice to Pippin. They gave him a juicy carrot, or a red apple, or a handful of sweet grass to eat. But sometimes the children were naughty. They bounced up and down on Pippin's back, or pulled on his tail, or worst of all, they yanked on his ears. But Pippin never bucked or tried to throw them off. Though every now and then, he did wonder what went on outside his little pony corral. Sometimes I wish I was wild and free, said Pippin to his best friend Misha the monkey. Misha was a magician's monkey and got to roam around wherever he wanted. He had lots of friends all over the fair. Well, I can fix that, said Misha. How? Said Pippin. Easy, said Misha. Tonight when everybody's asleep, I'll unlock the pony corral and you can go free. But where will I go? Said Pippin. Anywhere you like, said Misha. That's the whole point. Will you come with me? Asked Pippin. Sure, said Misha. It'll be fun. So that night, when everybody else in the fair was asleep, Misha came to the pony corral and found Pippin. Are you ready? He asked his friend. I guess so, said Pippin. There's just one thing I'm worried about. What's that? Said Misha. What if we get lost? Said Pippin, and can't find our way back home? Oh, don't be such a party pooper, said Misha. Come on, let's go. So Pippin pushed open the gate with his nose, and Misha hopped on his back. And off they rode to find out what it was like to be wild and free. There was a full moon that night, so Pippin didn't have any trouble seeing where he was going. Only problem was he didn't know where he was going to. Let's head across that field, said Misha. I think the town is pretty close by. So Pippin got a long running start and jumped over the fence into the field. Whee, said Misha. Isn't this fun? I guess so, said Pippin as he tried to get his breath back. Pippin had never jumped over a fence before in his whole life. Now head straight for the other side of the field, said Misha. Then we'll have to jump over another fence. But suddenly, Pippin and Misha heard a noise behind them. What's that? Said Pippin. It sounds like a bell, said Misha. It sounds like a bell on a bull, said Pippin. And
Oh,
then they heard
no.
the sound of running hoofbeats. And then they heard grumbling. And then they heard snorting. And then all of a sudden, they saw a huge black sheep in the moonlight.
Oh,
It is a bull, cried Misha.
it's a
Look
sheep.
out. Well, the
Bah.
only other bulls Pippin had seen were at the fair, and they were always fat and sleepy. But this bull was angry. I guess we woke him up, said Misha. I guess so, said Pippin. What should I do now? Keep running for the fence, said Misha, and then jump over it as high as you can. So that's just what poor Pippin did. He ran as fast as his little pony legs could carry him. Jump, cried Misha, jump! And Pippin jumped as high as he could. He landed on the other side of the fence just as the bull crashed into it. Don't stop now, cried Misha, so Pippin kept on running. But after a mile or two, he slowed down to a trot. Do you think it's safe, he asked. Oh, sure, said Misha. Nothing else can happen now. But Misha was wrong again. Something else did happen. It started to rain. Oh, no, cried Pippin. My nice clean coat will get all wet, and my shoes will get all muddy. What will the children think of me when they come for their rides? There won't be any rides tomorrow if it keeps on raining, said Misha. But that's just it, said Pippin. I could be home right now, all snug and dry in my pony trailer. But instead, said Misha, you're being wild and free. And wet and miserable, said Pippin. Then let's go home, said Misha. Do you think they'll take us back, said Pippin. Sure they will, said Misha. How many ponies will let kids bounce up and down on them and pull their tails, said Pippin. And don't forget yank their ears, said Misha. Do I have to let them do that, asked Pippin. No, said Misha. Just buck a little. They'll get the message. Okay, said Pippin. Then let's head for home. So Pippin turned around and happily splashed his way through the rain and back to the fair. This time, he went around the field with the bull in it. And by the time he got to his pony corral, the rain had stopped. Well, said Misha as he hopped off Pippin's back, we'll have to do this again sometime real soon. I don't think so, said Pippin. From now on, I'm going to be a pokey little pony at the county fair. That's wild and free enough for me. Golly gee, wasn't the county fair wonderful? Too bad it only happens once a year. But you know what? We can go whenever we want. All you have to do is turn my tape over, and I'll be talking to ya.
Oh man, that tape was fun. Yeah, I think that tape is on par with Jill Goes to the Mall. That was so fun. Oh man. I kind of miss my country days. I don't get to pet horses and exercise them anymore. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're curious about Jill's outfit, then pay attention to the next episode of Jill Free Will, when we will join Jill for that birthday party that she mentioned, which she decided to do a slumber party as a birthday party. I don't know, it's interesting, but I didn't even know that they linked into each other that way. Anyway, yeah, you learn something new every day. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell so you will know whenever I upload new content. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.